I'm going to start the prediction here. So for anyone watching, let's see who will win this match. And we have UkDaGoat and FlorenceGirl versus OrenEtzioniListens and dakk0824. We're going to give you all 10 minutes to predict the winner with channel points. So for those of you not familiar with this feature, and that's understandable because this is a very new feature. Today is the first time I've ever used this, and it rolled out like a week or two ago on Twitch. The way it works is you bet as many channel points as you want for either one side or the other, but you can only choose one side. The people who lose their prediction, they forfeit all their points, and those points are awarded to the people who win the prediction. And the winners get the loser's point pool in proportion to what they put in to the winner's pool. So, as a crazy example, if they bet 1 million channel points that Oren would win, you could bet 1 channel point that UkDaGoat would win. And if those are like the only 2 bets, then the 1 channel point would win the 1 million channel points. Hey G-Fells, thanks for watching. It looks like we're starting the match here. So we have dakk0824 and OrenEtzioniListens versus UkDaGoat and FlorenceGirl. This is the under 2000 section. So this bishop was hung, but I guess there was a pre-move with the pawn up. And UkDaGoat was in the chat earlier. He was young UK baller, so good luck to him. OrenEtzioniListens is a professor, I believe, at the University of Washington. I think he's a computer science professor. And I have some friends who went to University of Washington who played over the board with him. So my friends were actually quite concerned when they would see people in the random pool that were just like being jerks to him, and they were like, "You should really respect this guy. He's a professor. He's super nice, and been playing for a lot of years. And there's like just 12-year-olds who are trashing him in their partnership chat, which is kind of sad. So sort of a respect your elders thing. But Oren has been playing for many years. So we see here FlorenceGirl has a very safe king. I don't know if FlorenceGirl is actually a guy or a girl, but is trying to get in on the dark squares here. Probably pawn at h6 would be good for FlorenceGirl. Let's see. So UkDaGoat is on the attack. His king is fairly safe. He doesn't want to take the knight or the rook file. We'll go to dakk0824. So I guess the idea is pawn check here. Maybe bishop to g4 to attack the rook. I don't like moving that bishop because this gives him the rook file. But he's forfeiting the rook file by moving over there. UkDaGoat does seem to have the better attack. As far as ratings, we see a team of 2100s versus a team of 1700s. That would definitely favor the 2100 team, you would think. The reason that the 2100 team can play in the under 2000 section is because it was based on a 6-month average of current ratings, averaged with the high rating, I believe. So it's possible for that average to work out to under 2000, especially if a player has improved a lot in the last 6 months, even though they're in the under 2000 section. I'm not entirely sure how many games they're playing to in this matchup, and if someone is out there who could tell me, that would be quite helpful, because the open section, which was the last 3 matches we saw, was a situation of I mean, first it was best of 16, and then it was best of 20. In the under 2000 section, I believe it was the first to 6 games winning by 2, definitely in the early rounds. I assume that's the case for this round too. So Blunderman is saying it's the first to 9 in the under 2000 section. So, okay, so if he's right about that, then we need 9 games and win by 2 in the later games of the under 2000 section. Hey Andrew, thanks for watching. And we see that Blunderman and Andrew are at different sides of the prediction there. So one of them will win channel points from the other. I believe there's still time left to make a prediction as to who will win this matchup. And again, we expect the 2100 team to have the upper hand versus the 1700 team, but upsets definitely happen. And also, you kind of have to look at how many points you're risking versus how many you can get. So you can see how many points are already in there. So you could potentially bet like 10 channel points to win, 2000 if there's a lopsided market. The score right now is 1-0 though, favoring UkDaGoat and FlorenceGirl. So UkDaGoat, this pawn on g6 is very helpful defending against this rook. He's actually got the rook off the board. So dakk0824 no longer has a great attack. The rook is covering the F file already. So we might see Dak move his rook over to trade the rooks. But honestly, Oren is under attack. Oren's about to lose a queen here. FlorenceGirl has a safe king. And so not only is he losing the queen, but is with initiative. So Oren can't just like launch a counterattack while he's waiting. FlorenceGirl is battering up on this queen. And it's kind of hard for Oren to defend the queen more. Oren's just going to take a piece. But this king is coming out to play. I think after king takes another diagonal, he's probably going to go to d7. Where we might see rook check. So a bishop would be quite good for FlorenceGirl. FlorenceGirl is up about 5 seconds. The last game, FlorenceGirl and UkDaGoat were up by 30 seconds, which is an enormous amount of time. UkDaGoat is trying to go for the queen. Also, actually the queen is forced because of new queen drop at d2 forces a queen trade. So does FlorenceGirl want the queen trade? I mean, we could see queen at f6, king over, rook at e7, king up, queen to b5, looks like mate. And if the king goes down, then we could see rook takes f7 and then queen takes e7. So the queen is decisive. We're not sure if that's what they're calculating. UkDaGoat is talking in the chat. He says, "Are you P-OK?" Which I mean, it means A-OK, I guess. I'm not sure why Florence moved there, but maybe the fact that I guess they're not on a voice call. But if they'd coordinated better there, then UkDaGoat could have just like won the queen, or traded the queen, I think. He has the queen now. So FlorenceGirl has mate with rook at. Well, okay, I guess the queen can no longer come to b5. But there's still a queen trade forced. Actually, it looks like knight at h6 is the plan for dakk0824. And then a rook would be quite good for him. 2 rooks would be maiden. So without a rook, though, there's not much of a continuation. I guess I'm looking at also really weird things, like, see, he can't do this because the queen mates his partner immediately. His partner's already mated, but queen takes pawn, king takes, pawn check, knight check. Might be able to get an attack here. And that is what he's doing. Interesting. So he's going all in on this attack. I don't think he has enough anyway, but his partner was already dead, so it was kind of worth going for. Andrew says, once I beat a 2100 in bullet, even though I'm 1385 bullet. Yeah, for sure, upsets happen. And so if you're gambling channel points, it can make sense to go for the upset to win like a 1% chance bet and win a bunch of channel points. I was saying much earlier in the stream, well, several streams ago actually, since I keep restarting the stream, that in XQC's chat, that there was about a week ago, there was a wager like, can you defeat this boss within 3 tries? And 97% of the people said no, 3% said yes. So those 3% gambled like 1,000 channel points to get 1,000,000 channel points. Like, it's something crazy like that. So UkDaGoat is offering a queen trade, which seems fine. FlorenceGirl has a very safe king, as this queen is defended. FlorenceGirl might even, yeah, it's going to jettison the queen to get an attack over here, because Oren's king is less safe. I think Oren is going to need to defend rather than take this free queen. UkDaGoat can play rook check. Dakk has no blocker. Oh, now he has a blocker. Okay. So that was a situation where they should have coordinated. He should have said sit partner. Still has a great attack, don't get me wrong, but could have made it there. So I guess a pawn check followed by a knight would be good. This, not so great. Helping dakk0824 get safe, but FlorenceGirl has a crushing attack, so maybe that trade was just good for his partner. Like FlorenceGirl honestly has a mate here. Rook check, king takes, pawn check, queen in. Looks decisive. Like with rook check, the king has to take, has no other legal moves. So this is a forced line. This is not as good. Will still probably lead to mate. Still has the rook check. Just sack the pawn kind of for nothing. There's the rook check. Pawn up, queen in is mate. Miss Fairy Queen says, what benefits come from accumulating channel points? So you can redeem the channel points. There's a list of the current redemptions if you click the channel points in the bottom left of chat. I think a lot of people are saving up for the 1,000,000 channel points I will pre-move for a stream. But there's some other things that you can get with them. And I'm open to other ideas for channel point redemptions. The score right now is 3-0, favoring FlorenceGirl and UkDaGoat. So we'll see if we get a clean sweep. Attacking the dark squares, which makes sense. G7 is a very weak square. Now a pawn is crushing for FlorenceGirl. And FlorenceGirl is up over 10 seconds. Looks like 12 seconds. So we'll get the pawn. That will win the rook and promote to queen. So UkDaGoat could even sack for that pawn. But probably doesn't need to. Can just trade. Let's get in a bishop instead. I don't like bishop at f6. I think bishop at g5 is a little safer. Can defend these squares, attack the queen at the same time. But this is reasonable. Now queen takes b2 might be a possibility if dakk0824 doesn't defend it. Still up by 10 seconds. We could also see the knight coming in to try to fork various things. And here comes the knight. So it's hard to save this pawn. The knight sack for the pawn is worth it. Not only that, but it's check. So even if dakk0824 makes a threat on the queen, say, with pawn here, you can still play knight takes and then worry about, yeah, we can knight takes pawn, and then we can move our queen away. Although Dakk is getting an attack here, now a knight would be quite good. Actually, this looks like mate. New knight in, knight takes, I can't even play knight takes knight, just pawn in his mate. Doesn't even have to give up a knight. Doesn't even have to give up a pawn either. This queen up is mate. So very nice attack for FlorenceGirl. And great job UkDaGoat getting the pieces she needed. It seems FlorenceGirl seems to be the attacker in this particular matchup. It might be because Oren doesn't play as safe as dakk0824. I'm not sure. And maybe that Florence is just a better attacker, or maybe that UkDaGoat is better at feeding pieces. I guess I haven't paid attention to figure out why this dynamic exists, but the mates seem to be happening on the FlorenceGirl board. Grind. Yeah, it's possible they stream sniped, but I don't think they're stream sniping. UkDaGoat was in the stream earlier, and then he asked if it was okay to listen to the stream, and I said he really shouldn't. So I don't think he's listening. But this isn't really that close of a match anyway, so I'm not that worried about tilting the match result. So Oren is doing a pretty decent job here. He's getting an attack, although FlorenceGirl, while she's been defending, has been accumulating pieces. So she has 2 knights and 2 bishops to start dropping. Oren needs a pawn to win a queen. But honestly, dakk0824 seems to be getting rolled over here. UkDaGoat is just crushing. So if dakk were uptime, then knight plus pawns would have been good for him, but he was downtime. Can dakk castle as he moved his king? Castling might be a good thing to do. Ooh, I don't like that. Now there's knight check. He's just gonna get his rook in play. Oh, rook takes rook, followed by queen takes rook. Quite good. UkDaGoat has a win for sure here. And he's gonna win material in the process. Oh, actually he can't tell me to play rook takes rook, because his Oren would have mate then. Oh, Oren didn't wait for it. Now rook takes rook works. The mate was knight check, pawn takes rook in. But now rook takes rook is reasonable because FlorenceGirl is safe enough to do that. He shouldn't. FlorenceGirl should not have taken this knight. This knight was a good defensive piece. I think UkDaGoat is just waiting for his partner to place pieces on the board. Maybe bishop at h4. Gonna place the other bishop first. Knight at d6 would have been good for FlorenceGirl. FlorenceGirl basically wants to get pieces on the board. Pawn check, knight, then knight at b1. Seems to be okay. Bishop check even better. Love that move. If he goes over, new knight in check, followed by knight takes bishop, and then queen takes bishop. So knight at e2 is crushing. FlorenceGirl basically just needs to live, because in a reversal of fortunes, we see UkDaGoat is the one who's attacking. Okay, so bishop check, and then a knight in the back, I guess. He doesn't even need a new knight. Oh, he should have stopped the escape square first. But UkDaGoat is still very safe and is attacking. Okay, so maybe the idea was we're trying to give FlorenceGirl the mate every time, so UkDaGoat didn't checkmate, even though he had some easy mates there. So we see FlorenceGirl continuing to mate every game. Miss Fairy Queen is getting the eggnog ready. I guess it is eggnog season. That's kind of a Christmas thing, but after Thanksgiving is over, I guess it's eggnog time. The score right now is, how can I see the score? 5-0, favoring UkDaGoat and FlorenceGirl. FlorenceGirl getting attacked, but seems safe enough. This queen doing a great job defending. Trading a knight for 2 pawns. FlorenceGirl needs to get more pieces on the board. That queen trade probably favors her partner. Okay, could try to win the queen rather than trade it. If king takes, then there's knight at. Okay, a new queen would mate, but kind of hard for that to happen. Maybe bishop in, and then can win a rook at least. That would win the queen. The rook is quite good too. FlorenceGirl is up enough time, she should sit for the rook. Rook is forced on the UkDaGoat board. Oh, maybe not forced. King over is possible. But I don't think he'll play king over. I think he's going to take the knight. Actually, a rook is still forced with king over. As he's threatening, queen takes here, or bishop in. It's complicated, but it's really hard for dakk0824 to hold the rook. In the meantime, though, FlorenceGirl really should be thinking about possible moves if the piece she wants doesn't come. And let's see what those possibilities would be. Getting more knights on the board would be helpful. So knight at c4 is a possibility, but probably would want to, if it doesn't come, probably would want to trade the queens. I wonder if does knight work? I guess not really. It's possible to trade the queens or knight at c4 or bishop at g6 is a defensive move, defends the king, threatens c2. Florence still has 4 seconds for her partner to try to take the rook. They've traded the queens. The queen trade is going to help them trade the rooks. I don't like bishop at f6 as much, so it's a reasonable defensive move. It cuts out the knight checks. Don't know if that works. Bishop takes bishop is a possibility for Oren. Bishop takes bishop followed by like knight at h6, something like that. That's interesting. King takes. Can't take this knight. No. Okay. FlorenceGirl has an easy mate now. Let's see, bishop in where the king is, and then he goes down here, the pawn mates. Otherwise, it's just the queen. Yeah, pawn check. Pawn takes rook. Then, like anything at d2. UkDaGoat got, oh, I was going to say you got the mate, but they resigned. Score is now 6-0. This match is still continuing, so I guess the commenter was right about it being needed 9 points to win this round. Chess is watching Chuck Bolden. Okay. Okay, Oren is, I like this queen move. It defends, it's attacking the king. UkDaGoat is attacking. dakk0824 doesn't seem to have much of an attack here. Dakk has weak light squares. We might see pawn at g6, something like that. So the UkDaGoat has a fairly safe king. FlorenceGirl is up 15 seconds, so the time is important because that means she can wait for pieces if she finds fun moves there. But really she has enough of an attack already. I think instead of putting a new knight there, she could have just retreated her knight because that vacates the square for a pawn push or a new pawn in. But this works as well. And that's end up what happened anyway. Pawn takes pawn, looks good here. Pawn takes pawn, threatening pawn takes rook. If rook over, we have bishop takes knight. The FlorenceGirl has a great attack. So UkDaGoat seems to have a good attack too. I like bishop at c4. Oh, he's trading the queens. His bishop defends against a smothered mate, so he can actually afford to take that bishop. These late squares are super weak. I think UkDaGoat is going to mate for sure, especially with that extra queen in hand. FlorenceGirl continuing to win pieces. So this rook drop forces Oren to drop some things in the back rank, constrain the king a little more. I like that bishop going after the rook. Florence now is going after the dark squares. UkDaGoat is going to mate here for sure. Probably bishop check. Pawn check, fine too. Now bishop in one of these two places is going to win. That's mate. Score is now 7-0, favoring UkDaGoat and FlorenceGirl. Andrew, I think it's 4-player rules. If you want the 4-player chess rules, I don't think it's 4-player chess rules. This Fairy Queen says she got her bug house high by partnering egomorphy. Yeah, there's a lot of people who swear by egomorphy. Ken says he's not that good, but it's not about whether a person is really good or bad at bug house. It's about whether they're underrated or overrated if you're trying to gain points. So there could be someone rated 1100 that is a like 1300 strength, even though you might not think 1300 is that great. It is someone who is underrated. So FlorenceGirl is still quite safe as these dark squares are defended by the knight. FlorenceGirl seems to be winning a little bit of pieces in the process. dakk0824 does have a bit of an attack. That g2 hang wasn't good. We have knight takes pawn. Knight takes pawn followed by queen takes rook. Good for UkDaGoat. Or we could, maybe he's waiting for a bishop to pin the queen. That's another possibility. He's just going to drop the pawns. FlorenceGirl has traded the queens, and those could come right back. If they came right back, then that wins for FlorenceGirl. So dakk has to look out for queen at e2, but dakk is actually up time, which is rare for them. Not much anymore, up by like 1 second. This is a good attack and in defense resource. This knight move I don't like nearly as much. UkDaGoat could still force a queen. Here's the coin trade force. And at this point, they're up 5 seconds. UkDaGoat telling his partner to sit. And the queen mates there. Yeah, either square. But that coordination was very important because the queen also mated for Oren. So the time differential was decisive there. If Oren could have waited for the queen instead of FlorenceGirl, then that game would have gone the other way. So our score right now is 8-0, favoring FlorenceGirl and UkDaGoat. So if they were to win, I think this would be the match point. So FlorenceGirl attacking the weak square after the bishop moves away. Good instinct by FlorenceGirl. UkDaGoat has to roll out some moves. This is a nice move. The threat was this, but interposing that prevents the threat. So UkDaGoat has won a piece in the process there. Now this threat works. So UkDaGoat wins a queen. I think might as well take the rook. Oh, he wants to save the knight for the... Oh, queen takes pawn. That's going to mate. Knight, mate, mate. That's going to be the match. Oh, he's not choosing to mate like that. Now he's asking for a pawn. And that pawn mates. So the final score is 9-0, favoring FlorenceGirl and UkDaGoat. And yeah, that was a really tough matchup for Oren and Dak. There was a really big rate-in differential there. But Oren and Dak, they played well. It's just a really tough team for them. So congratulations to UkDaGoat for coming back to the next level. Young UK baller, do you want to come and do a post-game interview? I'm not sure if you're in the house Discord, but I'm in the house party channel if you want to jump in there. And I don't know if FlorenceGirl is in the Discord too, but it'd be fun to talk with you guys. So let's go to our prediction and pay out these points here. Actually, let me see. So I'm not sure, did anyone bet the other side of that bet? I'm not sure. But anyway, that is how the prediction has come out. Yeah, so I put the Discord link in the chat for the house. It's discord.me/housechessvariants. And if you go there, we are in the house party channel, which right now is just me and a muted Ken from Fix. Thank you everyone for watching the match. I really appreciate it. And if we can get a post-game interview, we'll do that. Otherwise, we will raid pretty soon. Let me let you know what's coming up. I think that's the end of our matches for today. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. will be one of the main events. We've got a little Plotkin and Grind returns versus Tigers 2017 and Quick Dash. That's in the open section, Bughouse World Championship at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope you guys will all tune into that. We had Grind talking about his match preparation earlier in the previous stream, the one immediately before this. So Grind and Little Plotkin have not been playing much Bughouse, but they've been playing chess, and they're gonna rely on their speed and their raw skill from previous playing. We got UK in the chat. Hey UK, how you doing?
Hey man, what's up? Nothing much.
Congratulations on your win there.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, so that was a great job, and it's interesting. There were several times when I suggested that certain moves were good, and then you guys ended up playing those moves, and people in the chat were like, "Oh my god, are they listening?" But I don't think you were listening, were you? You just kind of found them on your own.
I went off your stream and then I just came back as soon as we finished.
Yeah. So, like, you guys did a great job coordinating, which I was surprised about just because you didn't seem to be in a Discord call. You were talking in the chat. Like, were you in a Discord call or was it just the chat?
No, we were just in the chat because I asked her about if she wanted to hop on a voice call, but she said her English wasn't her first language, so it's kind of tough. So we just stuck with the chat.
Yeah, so there were a few times when like a certain piece mated for your partner, and you did a great job hunting down that piece. Like you had a few like clutch queen trades that allowed your partner to mate, and I think your partner mated maybe like 8 out of 9 of those games. Your partner ended up mating, but that was a lot due to you because you fed her the pieces that she needed, and you guys were also up enough time that you were able to get those pieces for her.
Yeah, I'm not that strong at like mating or attacking somebody, but I tend to play my game based on like playing fast and trying to watch the other board as much as I can. So,
and are you quite good at chess? Like, what's your chess rating?
On chess.com, I'm like around. I have 2 accounts, but I'm like around 21 or 2200.
Okay,
but my FIDE rating's like 2000 though.
Yeah, so being good at chess, I'm sure, helps you. Is there's a lot of players who like freeze up and don't know what to do if piece trades don't happen. But you were able to find a lot of good chess moves these games.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Yeah, no, I just keep playing fast because usually like when somebody's equal rated to me, they're better at attacking than me. So I just keep playing fast.
So you guys, there's the questions in the chat. You guys are playing in the under 2000 section, but you're both 2100. Like, how did that work? Have you guys just
So
improved a lot in the past 6 months, or what happened
yeah,
there?
actually, even at the time that we signed up for the tournament, we were both around 2000. But the October 10th cutoff, I was like probably 18 or 1700 or something.
Oh
And
wow,
then
huge improvement.
whenever we signed up, we were like both 2020 or something, and we both dropped under 2000. And then that week before the first round, all of a sudden we just both shot up to 2100, like it was our first time there for both of us.
And have you practiced a lot with your partner, like leading up to these matches? Like between matches, do you play? I don't know if FlorenceGirl is actually a girl, but have you played with? I'm going to say her because I'm assuming. Have you played with her outside of the Bughouse World Championship matches in preparation, or do you guys pretty much just play on your own, uh, like in the random pool and with manual partners, and then rely on your skill when you played in the tournament matches?
We've actually never played together other than actually no, I'll take that back. Before the first match, we played maybe like 20 to 30 minutes just to like get to know each other's styles. But after the first match was over, we haven't played together other than the tournament games.
So it's incredible. It's amazing that you guys are playing so well together without much time outside of the matches partnering. How did you guys find each other as partners for the tournament then?
Random partner, bro. I had a partner and he dropped out at the last minute, so I just did
Okay.
the random thing.
And when you say random partner, did you just like ask in the forum, "Hey, anyone want a partner?" Or did you like scout her out, or like what's the how did you?
No, like when we signed up for the tournament, there was two options. Either I'm signing up with a partner or please provide me a partner. So I
Okay,
guess we both just asked to provide a partner.
so you can thank the tournament organizers for giving you a good
Yeah,
partner that
yeah.
worked
They
out
gave me a
here.
good partner for real. They gave me a strong partner.
Nice. So I guess let's take a look at your ladder here. So you're in the under 2000 section. Let's see. I'm
We
just
did better in this match than we when we played against the 1300. We actually lost a game in that one.
wow. Uh, yeah, I mean, you guys might be like better warmed up, more familiar with each other's styles. But let's take a
Yeah.
look. So it looks like you guys will be playing the winner of J Nails Don't Know and Plaster Hippie Twitch, CJX. I guess that's chess. Um, I know J Nails and Don't Know are a very fast team. They've played a lot of Bughouse. So if you look at their total number of games, it's like a crazy number. So that will be a very tough team. Plaster Hippie Twitch, he's very strong at chess and very fast. So they could take that match as well. I'm not as familiar with CJX chess, but I guess that's what's
No.
coming up for you. I guess I'm not entirely familiar with the format of the under 2000 section. You might know better than me. Is it like uh, the open section where there will be a round robin between the top four teams, or is it a ladder all the way through?
I actually have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know this one was a best of 16 until a couple days ago because our first match was you have to get 6 wins, I think. So yeah, I'm not sure about the format.
Okay. So right now, I'm looking at the ladder. It looks like winning this team brings you to the top four teams. So you have advanced. Tainted Streetlight and Blunderman 1 have advanced. I know Blunderman 1 was in the chat earlier. Um, so the winner of J Nails Don't Know versus Plaster Hippie Twitch CJX Chess will advance, and the winner of SM Bat Agayan Mike Chess versus Nigerian Demon and Kira Chess Champ are going to advance, and then you guys will be the top four teams. So this is like the equivalent of the open section where they're advancing to their top four teams. In the open section, the way it's going to work is those top four teams which we know 3 of them, and just need to know from the little blocking match, the last team will play in a round robin to get to a top 2 teams, and then those top 2 teams will play like a long match to determine the champion. So it might be the case that your 4 teams play a round robin, and you might have already made the round robin. I'm not sure, honestly.
I hope that's the case. That sounds
But
fun. I'm
or
not
it
gonna
may
lie.
just continue as a ladder. I'm not sure. But if it's like the open section, then you've made it to the round robin portion.
Nice, nice. I hope it's like that because the round robin sounds fun, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the only reason that they don't play round robins more often is just when there's a whole bunch of entrants, the round robin can take forever. But now, once
Yeah.
you've whittled it down to a few teams, round robin is really the best way to figure out who the best team is. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah. It gives everybody a chance, even if they have a bad match, to come back, I guess.
so what were your takeaways from this last match? Like, uh, so you said your strategy was kind of to make good chess moves, play fast, and win stuff, and you figure you're not as good as at attacking, so you let your partner attack.
Yeah, bro. Because when I partner with like lower rated people in the random pool, I tend to drop. My rating tends to drop a bit. But when I play
Everyone
with
drops in
like
the random pool,
strong
man.
players,
It's so much better to partner manually.
yeah, no, when I play with strong players, I end up doing pretty well because I kind of just, well, I take everything. Like if you sack on me, I take the material, try to play
That's the
fast
way
and
to
be
do it.
safe.
Take it all. Yeah, I'd
And
love
I
to
think
partner. I'd love to
Oren was
partner you
sack
sometime on
sitting a
my
bit.
stream then, because I love people who take all the material, especially.
Yeah, bro, for sure.
We have
I think
Blunderman1 in
Oren
the
was sack
chat
sitting
as
a
well.
bitch in
Who's
this.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say we have Blunderman1 in the chat and Twitch chat as well, and he's made it to the top 4. But yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
nice. Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say I think Oren was sack sitting a bit, and so basically I just had to sit at certain times, and once my partner got safe, she was up material on that board, so she just was
Yeah,
able to mate
yeah, she
a
seemed
lot.
to always be up material, which is thanks to you. Yeah. So I mean, I think I was saying before, Oren has played Bughouse for many years and is a strong player, but I don't think he's as fast as the 2100s, which is understandable. He's at the 1700 level rated, but yeah, that's a testament to how important speed is. Because if you can be uptime, you can take those sacks and have time to get safe, and that
Yeah,
also allowed you guys to coordinate so you could get the pieces that Florence wooded.
yeah. I think considering that we were faster than them after a couple games, he should have seen like that they were downtime and maybe not sack so much because like it's really hard to keep the attack going when you're down time. So
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think maybe playing safer would be better there for him.
I'm not as familiar with Oren's play, but I'm not sure if he has another gear. Like there are some players who can play like a bunch of different styles. Like they can play Saxon style, or they can play fast, or they can play defensive. They can change up their opening repertoire. I'm not sure how many gears Oren has, and maybe he has that other gear but didn't like bring it into play, or maybe he's just so used to the Saxon style that he's not as able to adapt, which is
Yeah.
something that he could improve in his game. Maybe I don't know enough about him to answer that question, but yeah, it shows like this is the way to defeat Saxoners is just to be fast and to coordinate.
I will say sack sitting works quite well in the random pool because partners don't always sit when you need and stuff. So maybe that's why he's kind of gotten into that habit of like waiting for pieces and stuff.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, the random pool definitely takes a different skill set for sure. Does anyone out in the chat have any questions that I should ask UkDaGoat here? And in the meantime, UkDaGoat, do you have anything else you wanna share with us about the tournament in general and about your matches or about Bughouse Insights, whatever you want to tell us?
No, I'm not really. I'm glad to hear that I was playing some of the moves you were thinking of because obviously, like, I'm a lot weaker player than you, so that's good to hear. Build some confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say you're a lot weaker player. I mean, you found a lot of good moves. Your partner found a lot of good moves. Yeah. So, I like the one thing I remember is your partner. Yeah, Ken says you're stronger than I am. So there were there was one mate where your partner had like a rook sack, then like h5, and then queen inmate, and he kept pausing and not playing anything, and then he played a different, or she played a different move, and finally she played that move, and then people were like, "You must have been listening. How did she find that rook move?" But I think it was kind of an obvious mate, and a lot of the moves I found
I think
were
I know
obvious.
the game you're
Like,
talking about, like Rook G5,
yeah,
H5,
exactly.
something like that, right?
Yeah,
Or Rook G4, H5, something like that.
yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's interesting when I'm commentating, I'm always looking for ways to continue moving because I hate sitting. So and it's kind of hard to like throw out moves when people continue to move because like by the time you say the move, like they've already played it. So when I throw out moves, really is more often when people are sitting, and we try to figure out why they're sitting, what piece is good for them, what are they waiting for, what mates for them, or what's a good defense. Um, and I I am one of the better players at finding moves when someone's sit in to continue in because I hate sit in so much that I'm always looking for a way to move rather than sit. So
Yeah.
that's how I'm always able to like throw out the commentary. And a lot of times, like I end up finding the move that people eventually play.
Yeah, and I guess after sits is when the best moves are often played too, because that's when we get to think,
Yeah,
I guess. So
yeah,
it's
for
more
sure.
likely that your move gets played too.
Yeah, well, I would encourage you for the remaining games to try to get FlorenceGirl into a call with you, even if her English is not the best. I think that you still could benefit from being able to say things like stall or don't stall or uh, even just sit and go. That alone can add like 100 points to a team versus being in the random pool because you can do these split-second things a lot faster when you say it than if you type it and have to look at the chat. Um,
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
but best of luck to you in the next game coming up. And thanks so much for doing this post game interview. If there's anyone
No, thanks for
else,
having me, bro. It was great.
oh, we see.
Appreciate it.
So Naveen is in the call and is just unmuted. Naveen, do you have any questions for
Yeah,
UK?
well, I'm just curious what seed you are in the under 2000.
I think we're the second seed, if I'm not
Oh yeah,
mistaken.
wait, how does it feel like being one of the top seeds? Are you like, do you have pressure on you?
I mean, to be honest, I play Bughouse for fun, so I mean, if we're one of the top seeds, hopefully we can win. But if not, it's not the biggest deal, I guess.
How long
Um,
have you played Bughouse, by the way?
maybe like 5-6 months that I started playing on chess.com.
Wow, awesome! You've definitely improved a lot for just 5 or 6 months. That's amazing.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, good luck to you in the tournament.
Thank you, thank you.
Good luck to you in the tournament. Thanks so much for joining us in the post game interview. Thanks for giving us a fun game to watch. At this point, I'm gonna raid Clearcast Chess, who is streaming Crazy House on Lead Chess. I believe he's in the elite. Is it the elite arena? I think it's the elite Crazy House arena. Let me check the schedule. Yeah, elite Crazy House arena. Oh, maybe that's over. Actually, I think it was. How long is it? 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So maybe that is over, but he still seems to be playing some games. Now he's in the daily Crazy House arena. Okay, so he wanted to play more Crazy House. Anyway, Clearcast is a really great Crazy House player. You guys can learn a lot from watching him. And be sure to tune in to my stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Quick Dash and Tigers 2017 versus Little Plotkin and Grind on My Grande in the open section of the Bughouse World Championship. And I hope everyone has a great afternoon. Bye, everyone.